Okay guys, today I just want to show some new functionality on the web chat. So it's called control messages, web chat control messages. And what it essentially allows you to do is that on a web chat, over here like this, on a web chat, allows this little pop-up to actually control your website from Stubber. So we're all used to the normal web chat, right? Just pops up over here, and you can chat on the web chat, and you can see these messages are all now just rerouted through to this this flow at the moment. And the prompt for this one is you're just a helpful hardware store assistant, and you discuss custom requirements with the customer, and you recommend products. So what we're going to show here is we're going to first show the first feature of control messages. And the first feature of control messages is that you can send through the WebSocket connection to the browser, you can send some data, and then you can pass that data to a function on your page. That function on your page can control something on the page. So what we're actually going to show here is we've got a div over here. It's called web chat content, right? That's this div over here. And we're going to see that we can actually set the HTML inside this div dynamically. So on the canvas, on the flow, right, I've got this recommend products action. And when the AI runs this recommend product action, we actually ask it to draft some inner HTML to inject into the page. And it actually drafts HTML. And then we can actually see that HTML being injected into the page here, and we pass it all through the web chat. So I'm going to say, I'm looking for a spade, I'm looking for a hammer, spade, and a pitchfork, for example. And this is coming through to the stub. And the stub, the AI will run that recommend action, will draft some HTML, and we're passing that HTML through the web chat system. We're passing it back into the web chat component. The web chat component is now rendering that HTML inside the page here. So what's happening is you can see we've just got a small function here saying handle server control event. We're getting the element by the ID, the web chat content, and we're just setting the inner HTML into the inner HTML that we received from the web chat. And you can see that's quite nice. You can see here it's responded to us, and along with that responding, in the background we've sent HTML that we can like just render inside here. And so how that works is we've sent some custom data through to the web chat component. The web chat component then runs this action over here and passes in that event, and then this function here can do with whatever it wants to with that over there. So let's look how that looks. If you look on recommend products on the web chat, you can see there's the session of the web chat that we want to send it to, and here's a web chat control event parameter inside the web chat. See that? And then this is completely customizable. You can put whatever you want in here. So I've just put inside there an action set inner content, and you can see inside, I'm not even looking at it here, I'm just taking the whole event.params, which would be this, everything inside here, .params.inner content, and I'm just posting the HTML that I wanted in there. Right? I could manually go and say, hi, right, something like that on the inner content, and if we did that, then this piece would be sent to hi. So let's just go get our stub, and I'm going to manually click that recommend products action. I'm going to click it again, and you should see, okay, it's calling an LLM now to generate some HTML, but we're not going to use that HTML. We're just going to set that manually. So I think a big use case where this is going to get used is in e-commerce. So I'm just like sending HTML here, but the function here inside your page can do anything you want. So what you actually want to do is you might want to filter products over here dynamically. So you might have a WordPress site or Shopify site, and you can actually call a function in the web page to dynamically render a subset of your products here. So inside the flow over here on Stubber, you might look up in the database, find some products, and then over here you're not sending through HTML, right? I've just used HTML as example, but you might send through something else. You might send through something that says products listing, right, with an array of product IDs, for example. And then all you're doing is you're passing that into a function on your page, and your page knows how to make sense of those product IDs and display them on the web page. So what it's essentially doing is just giving you a control mechanism from Stubber to pass any data, literally any data, through to a function on your web page. And so this is handle server control. Now, how you set it up inside the Stubber Webchat component is you set the Stubber Webchat component, you set this on server control event, and you put your function in there that you wanted to call. So now the component, this is the component part in the page, that's this component over here. And when you initialize this component, you tell it, listen here, when you receive a server control event from the server, please pass it to a function that's named that. And that function I can name whatever I want. And then we pass the event in there for you. And this is up to you, up to the web developer to do whatever he wants with the data that it receives from Stubber. So HTML, passing raw HTML is probably not what most people will be doing here. So that is the first control system that we got. Just to recap, so it allows you to, inside Stubber, generate any kind of data. So it can be a JSON object, it can be a JSON object that contains some HTML. You can pass it through the WebSocket connection into whichever browser you're busy chatting with, whichever web chat session. And then you can define a function inside your page that we will pass that data to. And then this function could do whatever you'd like inside your page. And so that's the first new feature of web chat control messages.